Today we're going to look at 4 games that focus on mental computation through reasoning and visualization of numbers. For these 4 games, which are very similar, all you need is a deck of cards. In the deck of cards, I've removed all face cards except the ace. The aces will be 1 and 10s. The first game that we're going to play today is called Nearly or Close to 10. You can just make up a scoreboard just like that. This is going to be for your own record keeping. Each player will need their own. When we model today, we're just going to model playing one player. So the beauty of this game is a person can play by themselves and just keep track of what their total score is. So now I'm going to tilt down so you can see the scorecard and see the cards that are selected. The goal of this game, Nearly or Close to 10, is to get as close to 10 as you can. In Close to 10, now here we go. In Close to 10, each player will be dealt 4 cards, or you can deal 5 cards. Okay, now the player is going to pull forward 2 cards. Go ahead.
I do these 2.
So we have 5 plus 4. 5 plus 4 is?
9.
Is 9. All right, so my sum is 9. We're going to record 5 plus 4 is 9. How far is 9 from 10?
1.
So 9 from 10 is 1 away. Our score, therefore, is 1. Those 2 cards have been used. They go outside of the deck. We have to have 4 cards for the next round. Oh, here are 4 cards. All right. Choose 2.
6 and the 2.
All right, so we're going to record 6 plus 2 equals?
Equals 8.
8. And how far is 8 from 10?
We're 2 away.
We are 2 away from 10. You will play 3, 4, 5 rounds, usually in one game. And at the end, you'll total your score. So right now, if we just finished our game, we would say our total is a total of all of our scores. We have a total of 3 and are nearly or close to 10. We're going to go on and model now close to 20. So here is the scorecard that you can easily make. Close to 20 or nearly 20 involves 3 add-ins with the goal of getting as close to 20 as you can. So this time in close to 20, we're going to put out 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each player will have 5 cards in their hand. They're going to choose 3 to use. Go ahead, choose 3 cards to use.
Let's see. So the 9, 5, and the 9, 7, and the 2.
All right. Our 3 cards are 9, 7, and 2. Will we record that? 9 plus 7 plus 2. Now we're going to figure that out. Well, we have 9 and 7. I know inside my 7 is?
A 6.
A 6 and?
A 1.
A 1. So 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 6 more is 16 plus 2 more. What's 16 plus 2?
18.
18. We have 18 for our sum. What's our score?
2, because we are 2 away.
We are 2 away from?
20.
20. The game continues until you've played all of the rounds. I've used 3 cards. I take those 3 out. I am therefore replacing it with 3 more cards. So you always have a total of 5 cards before each round. That game is called Close to 20 or Nearly 20. Our next game is called Close to or Nearly 100. In this game, players are dealt 5 cards. and they are going to use 4 of them to build two-digit numbers. So here we go. We are going to practice that right now. I'm going to deal out 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have some high numbers here. This will be interesting. So we're going to build two-digit numbers to get as close to 100. Frequently, students will say, oh, I have a 0. We're not playing with any zeros in our deck or any of those cards. But if you're playing with dice, you're playing with a 10-sided die and there is a 0. If I were to build the number 07, that is not a two-digit number. That is simply the number 7. So a 0 cannot be used in front or as the first digit in a two-digit number. Go ahead. What are your 4 cards you're going to pull forward?
2 sixes and 8s.
Okay. What numbers are we going to add together?
68 and 68.
All right. We are going to add up 68 plus 68. Well, the luck of our draw wasn't quite lucky because we had some very high numbers. So we're adding 68 plus 68. The focus of all of these games is mental computation. So how can I figure out my sum?
You can split both of these two numbers, all of these numbers here, into a 60 and an 8.
Okay, so we have 60 and plus 60. What is 60 plus 60?
120.
We have 120. 60 plus 60 is 120. Now I'm left with 2 8s.
8 plus 80 equals 16, and if you add that onto the 120, you have 136.
I have 136 as my score. Not a great score. Oh, sorry, not as my sum. Not a great sum because my score is going to result in what?
Your score is 36.
36. Oh, yikes. The goal in all these games is to be as close as you can to our target number. Our target number is 100. Therefore, if we're 36 away on our first round, I'm not feeling good about my chances of winning this round. This is close to or nearly 100. Again, the game will be played for 3, 4, 5 rounds. Any player may choose to just play simply by themselves and try to continuously beat their total score. It's a great game for practicing number decomposition. All right, last one. Very similar. This game is called Nearly or Close to 1000. Now, I'm sure you can imagine how this game is played. This time, players are going to be adding 2 3-digit numbers to get as close to 1000 as possible. So, in this game, each player will be dealt 7 cards. They are going to use those 7 cards to build 2 3-digit numbers. 1 card obviously will not be used. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 cards. All right, remember ace is 1. All right.
So I could do a 726 and a 254.
All right, and so the goal of all these games is reasoning with our numbers. A player might pull through and they might say, oh, here's my cards, and then they might come up and they might arrive at their sum and say, you know what? I might actually do better, be able to do better. And that's important learning that can happen during the course of the game. And the player can say, you know what, I'm going to pull those down. I think I can rearrange my numbers to get up at a sum that's going to be closest to my total. All right, let's go ahead and let's model how we would mentally compute here.
First, you could break off the two 1-digit numbers at the end of the sentence. So you just have a 720 plus a 250.
Okay, so we're decomposing and we're just taking out our ones at the moment. 720 plus 250
equals 970.
970.
And then here, with the ones, you have 10. 6 plus 4 equals 10. and then
970
yes, 970 plus 10 equals 980.
So we came up with a score. We came up with a total of 980. Our two numbers, we're recording them. We're 726 plus 254. Now 980 is how close to 1,000?
20.
We're 20 away. Not bad. I think we could have gotten closer. So I might want to reevaluate. However, once I've recorded. I am 20 away. The game would move on to the next round. There are multiple ways that I could decompose to add. I could say I have not 7 plus 2 because that's not what they are. I'm thinking about place value. 700 plus 200 is 900. 20 plus 50 is 70. So now I'm at 970 plus my 6 and my 4 is 10. 970 plus 10 is 980. Very important when you're playing these games to consider place value. These games are the nearly games. Nearly 10, nearly 20, nearly 10, nearly 20, nearly 100, and nearly 1,000. They all focus on mental computation using a sense of number.
If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Thank you.